So the Arizona action is where all the news, all the right and left wing, everybody is discussing. I have a lot of clips to back up what I'm going to say, but let me just kind of summarize a couple of points that I've noticed that are interesting to me. One is that both sides of the argument, the left wing and the right wing, seem to be talking around each other, and all of them they're all missing the real point of the Arizona law that's been passed to stiffen the borders a little bit, and the fact that they're asking for 3,000 National Guards to help guard the place.
Yeah, bring the military in. Always a good idea.
The fact of the matter is there is a crime wave in Arizona, and there's one aspect of this that neither side, they mention it every once in a while, they get a guest on that talks about it, but they don't ever really talk about it. And that is, and let me just bring out some information that people should know. The kidnapping capital of the world is Mexico City. Mexico City, it's like dangerous to be in Mexico City unless you want to get kidnapped.
Yeah, Mickey went there on vacation once, and she had 2 full-time bodyguards, even when she went to the bathroom.
Right, because she could get kidnapped. The other place you run into that's a kidnapping nightmare is Sao Paulo, Brazil, and also Rio de Janeiro. In fact, they always tell you, you're off by yourself in Sao Paulo. This is dangerous. You should have somebody with you at all times. This corners where they kidnap people. I mean, it's amazing. And there's all kinds of weird crime in Brazil. But those are like really major kidnapping areas. When the last time I was in Brazil, we're driving along and on some back road, but downtown Sao Paulo, and there's a car dealership with some Portuguese word I never heard of. I can't think of what it was. And I said, what does that mean? And they said, that's a car dealership that only sells armored cars. So you can buy a Mercedes, you can buy a Hummer, you can buy all these cars that are just...
You know what else they have in Brazil? Chicks with dicks.
I wouldn't know. So anyway, so this place only sells cars for the rich because the rich can't drive. You can't drive a Mercedes in Brazil and not worry about getting kidnapped.
Let's get back to Arizona.
Well, let me finish. I'm going back to Arizona. Mexico City, when I was there the last time, said, there's no Mercedes Benzes. People can't drive a nice car. They drive Volkswagens and beat up old junkers because they can't risk being spotted as someone who could be kidnapped for ransom. Now, here's what neither one of these sides want to talk about. Phoenix, Arizona, right now is number 2 in the world to Mexico City. Forget about Brazil with 30 million people in Sao Paulo. Doesn't hold a candle to Phoenix, Arizona, number 1 in the country, number 2 in the world for kidnappings at the rate of 400 a year.
Wow.
Neither side wants to talk about it. This is what the problem really is. People aren't safe in Arizona anymore. And if you have that many kidnappings, and if you listen to all the memes and say, we're worried about, San Francisco douchebag mayor over here says, we're going to stop doing business with Arizona. Good. Keep people out of Arizona. You're doing them a favor. But his thing is, it's going to hurt the tourist trade. What's going to hurt the tourist trade is if tourists figure this out. So the right-wingers have not said anything about it because, God, we might hurt the tourist trade. So let's don't say anything about the kidnappings, murders, and rapes. And so the left-wingers don't want to say anything about, it's going to demean the Mexican people, because essentially it's, the gangs are coming up here, MS-13s, and they're talking, they can line up for their citizenship. They don't want to be citizens. This has basically become a Wild West mess. It's extremely dangerous in Arizona. I would stay out of the state.
How did this happen, John? How did this...
lax law enforcement, and I hate to say it, but the liberals who, we can't do profiling for heaven's sake. Oh, yes, I know he's got tattoos all over him that say MS-13, but you can't, he's not doing anything, he's just standing there. So what difference does it make? We can't profile him because he's covered with tattoos.
Right.
Arizona, here, go to the clips too, we'll play a couple of these things. Obama on Arizona. Here's Obama's solution. Let's put them in line and make them citizens. Remember this, they don't want to be citizens. They want to
kidnap you.
They want to kidnap you.
I love
Play
this.
Obama.
All right.
Make them register. Make them pay a fine. Make them learn English. Make them take responsibility for the fact that they broke the law. You make them get in the back of the line. But you also say, okay, if you do it the right way, then you have a chance to become an American citizen. And if we have that kind of comprehensive approach, then we can once again be a nation of laws and a nation of immigrants. Now, I've been pushing for this. I want it to happen. The only way it's going to happen.
That's good. You kill it.
But I don't understand.
Is this guy an idiot?
Yes, but why isn't anyone just saying, hey, we got a kidnapping problem over here?
Kidnapping, they're number one in the country for, there's going to be the murder capital in no time.
Why don't they say it, John?
Home
This makes
invasions
no sense.
and identity theft.
Why don't they just say it?
Because they can't. The one side, the left wingers can't say it because, it's going to hurt someone's feelings. And the right wingers can't say it because, God, the tourist trade's going to dry up and people aren't going to go to all those great resorts outside of Phoenix. So they're all mum on this. This is the problem with mainstream media and why people need to support our show, because we just see right through. Anybody can see through this crap once you start doing the research. Go out there, anyone listening to this show, go to Google and look up Phoenix kidnapping, and you'll find out that Phoenix is number 2 in the entire world for kidnapping.
Not to interrupt your excellent rant here, John, but there's a clip that I have from our favorite Thom Hartman, who interviewed Greg Palast. And Greg Palast, who was actually an excellent documentarian from the UK, he says that this is about suppressing voters.
Yeah, right. 70% of the Arizonans, by the way, support this law. The law was fashioned after the federal law, almost identical to the federal law that's not being enforced. So when they get sued, and they're going to be sued by the Civil Liberties Union, the people are going to say, well, how come the feds, did you want you to sue the feds? It's really their law, which also is not being discussed at all. It's about racial profiling.